The speed of sound does not depend upon its frequency. Give an example in support of this statement. If sounds are produced by different musical instruments simultaneously, then all these sounds are heard by the ear at the same time. The speed of sound in moist air is greater than that in dry air. Why? Will the speed of sound in moist hydrogen be greater than that in dry hydrogen? The density of water vapor is less than that of air, so the density of air mixed with the water vapor, moist air is less than that of dry air. Hence, the speed of sound in the moist air is greater than that in dry air. V is directly proportional to 1 upon root of rho. However, the density of water vapor is more than that of hydrogen. So the density of moist hydrogen is more than that of dry hydrogen. Consequently, the speed of sound in moist hydrogen is less than that in dry hydrogen. The velocity of sound in a tube containing air at 27 degrees Celsius and a pressure of 76 centimeter of mercury is 330 meter per second. What will be the velocity of sound when the pressure is increased to 100 centimeter of mercury and temperature is kept constant? At a given temperature, the velocity of sound in a gas is independent of pressure. Hence, the velocity of sound in the tube will remain 330 meter per second. The shape of pulse gets distorted as it passes through a dispersive medium. Why? When a pulse passes through a dispersive medium, the wavelength of a wave changes. Consequently, the shape of the pulse changes, that is, it gets distorted. If an explosion takes place at the bottom of a lake, will the shock waves in water be longitudinal or transverse? An explosion in a lake produces shock waves, thereby creating enormous increase in the pressure in the medium water. A shock wave is thus a longitudinal wave traveling at a speed which is greater than that of longitudinal wave of ordinary intensity. Does the sound of a bomb explosion travel faster than the sound produced by the humming bee? The velocity of sound in a medium does not depend upon its loudness, pitch, or quality. Thus, the sound of a bomb explosion and of a humming bee, even though having entirely different characteristics, travel with the same speed. If a balloon is filled with carbon dioxide gas, then how will it behave for sound as a lens? What happens if carbon dioxide gas is replaced H2 gas? The velocity of sound in carbon dioxide is less than that in air, hence a balloon filled with CO2 will behave like a convex lens. But the velocity of sound in H2 is greater than in air, so a balloon filled with H2 will behave like a concave lens. Sound can be heard over longer distances on a rainy day. Why? On a rainy day, the air contains a larger amount of water vapor. This decreases the density of air. As a result, the sound travels faster in air and can be heard over long distances. Why sound can be heard more distinctly at a greater distance over water surface? Sound waves are almost totally reflected from the air-water interface because the critical angle for this interface is only 14 degrees. Consequently, the listener receives more sound energy, hence sound is heard more distinctly. What is periodic wave function? A wave function by x comma t of position and time which satisfies the following periodicity conditions is called periodic wave function. Y bracket x plus m lambda comma t is equals to y bracket x comma t. Second, y bracket x comma t plus n bracket capital T bracket close equals to y bracket x comma t. What is harmonic wave function? A periodic wave function whose functional form is sine or cosine is called harmonic wave function. A heavy uniform rope is held vertically and is tensioned by clamping it to a rigid support at the lower end. A wave of certain frequency is set up at the lower end. Will the wave travel up the rope at the same speed? No, due to the weight of the rope, the tension increases along the rope from the lower end to the upper end. Hence, the wave will travel up the rope with an increasing velocity. Sometimes, in a stringed instrument, a thick wire is wrapped by a thin wire. Why? This increases mass per unit length and hence helps in obtaining a desired low frequency which would otherwise require a string of inconveniently large length. Why are stationary waves called so? In a stationary wave, the particles of the medium vibrate about their main position, but disturbances does not travel in any direction. That's why they are called as stationary waves. When are stationary waves produced? Stationary waves are produced when two identical waves traveling in opposite direction through a medium superpose each other. Under what condition does a sudden phase reversal of waves on reflection takes place. On reflection from a denser medium, a wave suffers a sudden phase reversal. Thank you.